Norah and the Noisy Narwhal. Deep beneath the sparkling waves, where sunlight danced through the crystal-clear waters, Norah guided her yellow submersible toward an unusual sight, a classroom made entirely of coral and kelp. This was her first day visiting the Ocean Academy, a special school where young sea creatures learned about life under the sea. As Norah's submersible settled on the sandy sea floor, she noticed a particularly excited narwhal spinning in circles near the classroom entrance. Unlike other narwhals who usually made clicking and whistling sounds to communicate with their pods, this young narwhal seemed to have discovered an entirely new volume level of his own. "Hello, I'm Ned," his voice boomed through the water, creating waves that made the coral sway and sending a group of startled seahorses darting behind a large anemone. Nearby, several sea turtles who had been peacefully napping on a bed of seaweed jerked awake, blinking in confusion. Professor Puff, a wise old pufferfish with spectacles perched on his nose, welcomed Norah to the class while trying to calm the ripples still moving through the water from Ned's enthusiastic greeting. The professor explained that today's lesson was about ocean communication and how different sea creatures used their voices in different ways. Throughout the morning, Ned's excitement couldn't be contained. When Professor Puff asked about whale songs, Ned's answer echoed so loudly that bubbles popped all around the classroom. When they learned about dolphin clicks, Ned's demonstration made the chalk erase itself from the seaweed blackboard. Even when they practiced gentle fish whispers, Ned's whisper sounded more like a foghorn than a fish. Norah noticed how the other students were covering their ears with their fins and hiding behind coral columns. She remembered how real narwhals in the wild used their voices carefully, sometimes for finding food beneath the ice, sometimes for talking to their friends, and sometimes for navigating through dark waters. Each sound had its perfect time and place. Just then, Professor Puff announced it was time for their field trip to the Great Barrier Garden. As the class swam through the colorful coral formations, they practiced using their quiet voices so they wouldn't disturb the delicate sea life. Ned tried his best, but his whispers still made the sea fans flutter. Suddenly, a tiny voice called out from beneath a tangle of seaweed. A baby crab had become trapped, its little claw caught between two rocks. Ned looked at Norah, his eyes wide with concern. He wanted to call for help, but he remembered how his loud voice usually made everyone swim away. Norah smiled encouragingly at Ned and demonstrated how to project his voice clearly without shouting. Just like narwhals in the wild, who knew exactly how loud to make their clicks to find fish under the ice, Ned could find the right volume to help the baby crab. Taking a deep breath, Ned called out in a strong but controlled voice, "Professor Puff, we found a crab who needs help." His voice carried perfectly through the water, loud enough to be heard, but not so loud that it scared anyone away. The whole class worked together to free the little crab, who clicked its claws in thanks. Professor Puff beamed with pride, explaining how Ned had found his Goldilocks voice. Not too loud, not too quiet, but just right for the situation. The class celebrated with a quiet cheer, and even the shy seahorses came out to congratulate Ned. From that day forward, Ned became known as the Narwhal, who knew exactly when to use his indoor voice, his outdoor voice, and his helping voice. He still loved to be heard, but now he understood that sometimes the strongest voice wasn't the loudest one. The seahorses started sitting next to him during story time. The sea turtles invited him to quiet singing practice, and he became the best at playing whisper games during recess. As Norah prepared to leave in her submersible, Ned swam up to say goodbye, this time in a perfect inside voice that made her smile. She had helped him discover that, just like the narwhals who traveled through the Arctic waters, knowing how to use your voice was just as important as having one. and as she rose toward the surface, she could hear Ned teaching his classmates a new game called Arctic Echo, where everyone had to find their own perfect volume to be heard through the endless blue sea.
Subscribe now and step into a new story where fairy tales come with a twist.